welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. 1 John chapter 3 verse 10 has me confused. I always thought that everybody was a child of God. Some just don't know it. But that verse says otherwise. Can you help? Well, this is one of those verses where it talks about the children of God versus literally the children of the devil. And there in chapter 3, the Lord is giving us kind of this dichotomy. What's the difference between a believer versus a non-believer? Now, I think it's really the language that we're using here. So whoever submitted the question, let me help you out just a little bit. You made this statement that everybody's a child of God. Some people just don't know it yet. Well, that's both right and not right. So you and I are technically children of God in the sense of that God formed and fashioned Adam and Eve, and you and I are the descendants therein. So we are the byproduct of His creation. Technically, though, we're really not sons of God as much as we are sons of Adam. In fact, in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, it says that's why we die, because in Adam all die. And I understand when people say we're born in the image of God, we're the children of God, and I think people mean very well. They're pointing back to a creator. They're pointing back to the biblical origins. They're pointing back to Genesis. But let's look at 1 John chapter 3, really from the perspective of which it's written. What is our relationship with God? And our relationship with God is based on what we've done with Jesus Christ. And according to the Bible in Ephesians chapter 2 and a lot of other places, that we are born in iniquity and in sin and rebellion toward God, and we do not become a child of God until we do what Nicodemus struggled with in John chapter 3. We are, quote, born again. And so a person who is a believer in Jesus Christ is a child of God. One who does not, according to 1 John 3, spiritually, is a child of the devil. Now, your question also supposed that you thought everybody was, they just didn't know it yet. Well, that kind of leans on, and I don't think you meant this, it leans on universalism, that eventually everybody is going to be in heaven. However, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7 that there's really two roads, and the road to destruction is broad, and the road to righteousness is narrow. He even says later in that chapter, on that day, those who say, why am I not there? Why am I not allowed in? He says, I never knew you. So I understand the concept of being in the image of God, a child of God, because He is our creator. But from 1 John chapter 3, in its context, in a spiritual, salvific relationship with Him, it's all based on Jesus Christ. And unfortunately, even though everybody has their origin in God, when we reject Jesus Christ, the Bible calls us children of the devil. And unfortunately, the Bible also says not everybody's going to be saved. That's why Jesus Christ is so critical to our lives. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.